welcome to Trim St. Loman's Park for today's Minor Hurling Championship final between the combination of Boardsmill and Kildalkey against Athboy. Athboy's team today in goals we have Darren Heaney, Anthony Sheridan, Vinnie Doyle and Paul Daly make up the full back line, with Barry Higgins, Alan Masterson and Gary Mangan playing on the half back line. Jamie Shaw and Matthew Mullen, the two experienced men of the Athboy team, playing at midfield. Breffney White, the captain, wearing number 10. David Gertie, number 11. Leslie McCormick, number 12. There's TJ Riley, some of the Boardsmill boys. And to finish off the Athboy team, Trevor Wallace, number 13. Shane McInerney, number 14. Trevor Matthews, number 14. There's the three selectors for Kildalkey. Stephen Skelly, Hughie Riley. There's Anthony Riley, brother of Hughie, clearing his throat. Neil Cummins is number 16, Owen Brady number 17, James McKenna number 18 and Paul Ennis number 19. There's Stephen Masterson, sub-goalkeeper. Okay, a rundown on the Boardsmill Kildalkey combination. They're wearing the blue and white. In goals, Gary McNally, Daniel O'Brien number 2, Paddy Guy number 3, who's played some senior hurling with me this year, Bernard McLaughlin number 4, Mervyn McMahon number 5, Thomas Riley number 6, son of TJ, and Paul O'Brien number 7. There's the Boardsmill boys just getting their final instructions from their skipper and from their selectors and whatever. Thomas Riley number 6, Paul O'Brien number 7. In midfield we've Damien Riley and Hughie Riley. Hughie's the captain. Derek Larkin number 10, Fergus McMahon from Kildalkey number 11. There's Fergus Smith, the referee from Batterstown. Fergus McMahon, of course, who has played some senior hurling with me during the year. Eric Cribben is number 12, Mark Flood number 13, Robert McNally number 14 and John Flood number 15. And the rundown of the subs, as I said, Stephen Masterson is number 16, John Fitzgerald number 17, Patrick Fay, Gary Christie, Ian McLaughlin, Dennis Hannon and Vinnie Guy. So as the teams take up their positions, Boardsmill playing against the breeze. Boardsmill Kildalkey playing against the breeze in this first half, and what a breeze we have. It's very blustery here in St. Loman's Park Trim. Gale force breeze, and the referee gets ready to throw the ball in. Hughie Riley nearest to us, and the ball is in, and Athboy first on the attack, playing with the breeze into the dressing room. Goals is number 7, Paul O'Brien for Kildalkey. Boardsmill bringing it out now. Number 2, Daniel O'Brien, putting it back into the centre, and away come Boardsmill Kildalkey. Ball and stick, number 6, Thomas Riley gets a short ball out towards number 11, Fergus McMahon. McMahon now, the strong man of the Kildalkey team, kicks it forward over towards Hughie Riley into number 8, Damien Riley. And still Boardsmill in the attack. Away comes now Fergus McMahon. He shoots. Ball drops low, number 14, and a great save there by the goalkeeper for Athboy, Darren Heaney. Great save. So Boardsmill is still in the attack as number 13, Mark Flood for Boardsmill gets the ball. It's blocked down by number 10, Breffney White, the captain, defending well for his club there. And still Athboy, number 7, Gary Mangan drives up this side of the field. Paddy Guy is out foraging for the ball, and away comes Boardsmill Kildalkey, and it's a first free of the game to Thomas Riley. Fouled there by Barry Higgins from Athboy. So Thomas, as I said, son of TJ Riley, bicycle shorts on, going to take this free. So now Thomas Riley striking against this breeze. The roll lift strikes a good distance against the breeze into the corner towards Mark Flood. Flood goes for catches, but he drops it down, and away comes number 11, Fergus McMahon, who is fouled. And Boardsmill Kildalkey have a free, their second free of the game, just about 21 yards out, about 5 metres in from the near sideline. So the referee going in to talk to one of the Athboy players. Oh, he's carrying an injury, he's calling in for some attention. So McMahon placing the ball. A difficult angle. Jab lift strikes, goes to the right, and it goes wide. So the first wide of the game goes to Boardsmill Kildalkey and Fergus McMahon. McMahon uncharacteristically missing that free there, but a very strong breeze blowing against him. Team officials for this Boardsmill Kildalkey team is Stephen Skelly, James Carney and Hughie Riley, as Athboy are in the attack, but Thomas Riley there cutting out that attack. So a sideline ball to Boardsmill Kildalkey. Linesman just telling him where the ball should be. He changes his mind, it's going to Athboy. So Athboy on attack, looking for their first score, playing with this breeze. And Athboy on the run, number 9 there, Matthew Mullen, being blocked out there by Thomas Riley. Still Athboy on the attack, but Paul O'Brien out for Boardsmill, clearing his lines. Low down towards Fergus McMahon. McMahon being marked tightly there by Alan Masterson, who pulls it up along the sideline. But Paul O'Brien's doing well out there on that half back line. There's Thomas Riley back in the full back line. Is fouled. Free out to Boardsmill. So still no score in this game. Little under 5 minutes gone. It's Paddy Guy takes this free, puts it up towards McMahon. Fouls is the referee, so free into to Athboy. McMahon doesn't agree with that decision, but a free into Athboy anyway, about the middle of the field. So still no score. Athboy, as you can see by the breeze, blowing very strongly. A long free, dropping in around the square, but Boardsmill full back line beats it out. But Athboy still in the attack as Paul O'Brien once again left-handed strikes out this side of the field. Running as far as number 5, Barry Higgins. Higgins trying to get possession, it won't come up for him. Linesman awards the sideline cut to Athboy. So number 11, David Geraghty with this sideline cut. Bad one. Low one in, but number 5 there, Mervyn McMahon cutting it out. And now Paddy, no, still Mervyn McMahon. McMahon gives it out towards Fergus McMahon. Ball goes out over the sideline ball to Boardsmill Kildalkey. So the blustery wind, not great for today's conditions. Of course, after this game we have the Meath Senior Hurling Championship final between Rathmalline and Kilmessan. So the club officials for the Athboy team, John Heaney, Sean Levy, Pat McElhenney and Paddy Gallagher. So Athboy still looking to get on the score sheet. Boardsmill defending well against the breeze. Is number 12 now for Boardsmill, Eric Cribben. Cribben sidesteps. Away goes Cribben. Was half foul, but the referee says play on. Still Cribben working his way through there. Cribben was being marked there by Trevor Wallace, who was playing around the half back line, number 13 on his back. As you can see there, Hughie Riley, the captain, strikes it left-handed. Headband goes towards the end line and out over the end line, and it's gone wide. So Vinnie Doyle going to puck this out now. Vinnie, wearing number 3 on his back, pucking with the breeze. Well into the Boardsmill half back line as the referee awards a free to Athboy. And number 7 now, Gary Mangan. Gary Mangan looking to take this himself. As you can see from the wall behind, about 70 yards out. So Gary striking with the breeze. As you can see some of the Boardsmill supporters in the background. The blue and white flag. Gary shoots. And puts it to the left and puts it wide. So will Athboy rue those misses at the end of the game? Well, only time will tell. So Athboy playing with the breeze will be looking to get on the score sheet very soon. As Gary McNally now getting to poke this ball out against the breeze. A nice sizable crowd here for today's game. As you can see the Marlin Freight sponsored flag on the dressing room in the background. Ball, Gary pokes it out towards the sideline. Damien Riley just failing to keep that ball in. It goes off his foot and out over the end line. Sideline ball to Athboy. So Athboy in the famous green and yellow, playing against the combination of Boardsmill, Kildalkey in the blue and white. Of course, both clubs wear blue and white, so there was no changing of jerseys for this. So good cut from the ground, well into the full forward line. As the full forward pulls in about, Paddy Guy stands over it, gets it into his hand, tries to break out. He's fouled, and a free out to Boardsmill, Kildalkey. So the Boardsmill full back line are holding out well in the early stages of this game, being put under plenty of pressure by the Athboy midfield and forwards, but still Boardsmill hold out and keep Athboy scoreless as Damien Riley now pulls in this, but he's half blocked down. Mervyn McMahon is in there. Number 8, Jamie Shaw pulls it low and along the ground in towards the full forward. Ball breaks out towards Thomas Riley, who was fouled. Hurley stick wrapped around his neck. And a free out to Boardsmill Kildalkey. Paddy Guy coming out from the full back position to take this. About 45 metres out from his own goal. The jab lift, strikes it low up towards Fergus McMahon. But number 10 for Athboy, Breffney White, playing a centre half back, marking Fergus McMahon as Athboy coming the attack again. Number 3 now, Paddy Guy. Sidesteps out, puts the bout out towards the far sideline, up towards Damien Riley. Riley pulls in it, ball breaks away from him. Thomas Riley is over there, Mervyn McMahon is over there, still Thomas Riley, but number 9 now, Matthew Mullen, putting it up to Thomas Riley as Riley clears his line. He's low up towards this side of the field where Mark Flood pulls it into space. There's Mark Flood now. So Hughie Riley fouling. And a free out to Athboy. So Athboy with a number 20 on the field, who's not listed on the programme. So Athboy still failing to get on the score sheet, playing with the breeze. As the full back Vinnie Doyle takes his free, puts it up towards the centre half forward where Thomas Riley, as he beats it out. Paul O'Brien is in there, clears his lines. And Mark Flood it was, Mark Flood number 13, playing on his own half back line. So there he is, the number 20, the anonymous Athboy man. I'll have to go by Anthony Sheridan. Maybe they have no number 2 on their jerseys. But anyway, Jamie Shaw, number 8, going to take this. He won a junior championship medal with Athboy last year, of course, beating Baconstown in the junior hurling championship. Matthew Mullen was on that team as well, so they're going for a minor championship medal today as Jamie gets a good cut in towards the full forward line again. But Boardsmill to stand over the ball. Athboy trying to find a way through as Hughie Riley, playing his captain's part, comes back to help out his full back line. He bursts his way out, hits it out over his head towards McMahon. McMahon doubles on it, but only as far as Matthew Mullen. Mullen left-handed, puts it into the corner. One Athboy man down injured. Number 4 there, Bernard McLaughlin trying to beat it out, and Boardsmill win a free. As we should say, Paddy Guy wins a free. So Athboy can bring on their medical team now to look after their young forward, still on the ground injured. Not sure what happened there, but there's a little bit of flaking. Number 5 it was, Barry Higgins, who's playing up in the forward line. Athboy seem to be playing all over the place. Numbers don't account for this match. As Damien Riley is in there, Athboy now on the attack, gets out this side of the field towards Jamie Shaw. Well done by Jamie Shaw. Puts it well into the full forward line. The goalkeeper can only watch as it goes over the bar. So the first score of the game goes to Athboy and Jamie Shaw. So a mighty score there from well inside the middle of, well, from around the middle of the field. So the first score of this minor hurling championship final 1996 to Athboy. So the score, Boardsmill Kildalkey no score. Playing against the breeze, Athboy 1 point. As Gary McNally gets ready to puck this ball out, he does that out around the middle of the field. Good pucking against the breeze as Jamie Shaw, number 8, the score of that last score, sets up another attack. But Paddy Guy outmarking Alan Masterson, who's playing in a full forward. Of course, Athboy by Athboy probably playing with this breeze. They want to put all the pressure on as early as they can. As the ball goes out over the sideline, Mervyn McMahon doing the honours, putting the ball out over the sideline. Sideline ball to Athboy. So Jamie Shaw going to take this. Jamie, who's been getting some good cuts and taking some good frees, does the same again, puts it right into the full, but only as far as Thomas Riley, number 6, waiting, reads the situation well, puts it back into the far corner where number 15, John Flood, is in there. Derek Larkin is also in there. Larkin pulling it on towards Mark Flood. Flood trying to route it on, but away comes Anthony Sheridan. Sheridan only gets as far as Hughie Riley. Hughie hand passes it in, but knocked out there by the Athboy defence. And away comes now with Jamie Shaw, left-handed, puts up this side of the field, being chased after now, pulled on there by Athboy, and away come Athboy, number 5, Barry Higgins. Higgins looks, shoots, doesn't get the cut he would like as Paddy Guy comes out there, but Athboy still on the attack. Number 6, Alan Masterson, puts it across the face of the goal. Number 7 is out there, Gary Mangan. And Jamie Shaw up to help out his forwards, shoots, blocked out there by Boardsmill, and away come Boardsmill again, defending around their own territory well. Hughie Riley clearing his lines. A low ball down the far side of the field. Out comes number 10, Derek Larkin. Larkin puts it into the centre. As far as number 14, Robert McNally. Robert shoots. Puts it straight across the face of the goal, out over the end line and wide. So yet again another wide for Boardsmill. Athboy 1 point up. As Vinnie Doyle poking this ball out. Well into the Kildalkey Boardsmill half-back line. But Ferric McMahon now at Boardsmill. Kildalkey defending well. Given out there to Hughie Riley. Hughie shoots. He's blocked down there by the Athboy defence, but still Hughie Riley. Blocked down again. Ferric McMahon is in there. Dives on the ball. Hughie Riley dives on the ball. Puts it out this side of the field. To number 8, Damien Riley, who is fouled. A free in. So Fergus Smith, the Batterstown man, refereeing today's Minor Hurling Championship final. He also refereed the Junior Hurling Championship final this year. So Fergus McMahon with the chance to put Boardsmill Kildalkey on the score sheet. Strikes it well. Kept in play there by Mark Flood. Close one there, could have had a goal, but still out come Athboy. Robert McNally is in there. Robert using his strength and weight there as Damien Riley leaves it to Derek Larkin. Larkin puts it across the face of the goal. Away comes Mark Flood, but the ball drops out of his hands. The goalkeeper Heaney is out there. Good play there by goalkeeper Darren Heaney. So Darren wins the free. So Darren Heaney doing very well there, diving in front of Mark Flood to cut out a dangerous attack there by the Boardsmill Kildalkey team, and Vinnie Doyle going to take this free himself. So the first piece of action there, the first chance for a goalkeeper to be called into action, and it's Darren Heaney from Athboy who does the honours and does very well. So Vinnie Doyle doesn't get the strike he would like, but the ball breaks well into the middle of the field, and away comes Boardsmill Kildalkey. Fergus McMahon, the man with the lazy stride, but he covers ground with it into Damien Riley. Riley, he's blocked, but he pulls along the ground with Mark Flood. Mark Flood getting a lot of useful ball there. Doubles on it. The ball goes to the left and goes wide. So, Boardsmill Kildalkey putting plenty of pressure on that boy. Number 13 there, Mark Flood. So, still no score. The ball is poked out, drops around the middle of the field. Number 12 there, Leslie McCormick pulls it in low, in towards Alan Masterson, but the ball is cleared out there by Thomas Riley. Up as far as number 12 for Boardsmill Kildalkey, Eric Cribben. Eric Cribben solos in, pokes it high, in towards Robert McNally. The full back is Vinnie Doyle, has lost his stick, but still Robert McNally is in there. Vinnie Doyle using his boot, he kicks it out, but only as far as Eric Cribben again. Cribben shoots, and Cribben puts it over the bar. So the first score for Boardsmill Kildalkey goes to Eric Cribben, and the sides are level. So Athboy playing with the breeze are only level with Boardsmill Kildalkey, who've got a very good score there from Eric Cribben, and the sides are level. So Vinnie Doyle doing well there for Athboy, losing his stick. Being brave there as he kicks it out is Vinnie Doyle now with a new stick. Pokes it long, well into the Boardsmill Kildalkey end of the field. As the ball breaks down out to number 9, Matthew Mullen. He kicks it on up as far as only as far as Paddy Guy, who beats it out, and Hughie Riley wins it, pokes it high. But in there is David Geraghty, number 11. Pokes it long again towards the full forward line, but the goalkeeper just not coming up from the first time, but taking no chances. Gary McNally, he pulls it out towards the sideline. So now Thomas Riley, number 6, is fouled. He's down injured, and a free up for Boardsmill Kildalkey. Referee goes over to see if he's okay, gives him a tap on the back and says, "I'm okay, ref." So he's going to take this free himself. So Tommy Riley pokes it long against the breeze up as far as Derek Larkin. Ball breaks down. Athboy clearing their lines, double on there in the middle of the field by Matthew Mullen. But Tommy Riley, after taking that free, is back in his position, and away comes Tommy. loses a stick, but the ball is cleared up again, up towards Barry Higgins. Higgins trying to get it up, being tackled well by Paul O'Brien. And ball put out over the sideline by Bernard McLaughlin. Sideline ball to Boardsmill, or to Athboy. So Dennis Cannon, the linesman on this side of the field. Dennis from Dunboyne, well-known referee in the county as well. So Jamie Shaw now stealing a little yard there as he moves it in off the sideline. So poked it into the corner. Bernard McLaughlin just hops past him. Poked across now into the centre of the field. The race is on. Damien Riley is in there. And now Fergus McMahon. Fergus. Oh, well played there by Fergus McMahon. The drop shot out this side of the field, but failed to keep it in play as Mark Flood, and the ball goes out over the sideline. A sideline ball to Athboy. So a lovely piece of skill there from Fergus McMahon. He knew he couldn't get the strike in, so he just let it drop and he pulled on it. So Jamie Shaw now going to take this sideline cut himself. Better cut this time from Jamie Shaw right in towards the full forward line, but beaten out there by Paddy Guy. And now Thomas Riley hands it out to Paddy Guy. Guy makes the clearance right up towards Mark Flood. Flood goes high as fur, but just failed to get it. And Hughie Riley is in there helping him out. Hughie Riley, number 9, headband on his head. Where else would he have a headband? Gives in to Fergus McMahon. Sidesteps to Athboy players, pokes it left-handed in towards Robert McNally, but Vinnie Doyle beats it down. And now number 12, Eric Cribben, the scorer of the point, goes for another score, but the goalkeeper there, Darren Heaney, takes it in his chest, runs out and puts it out this side of the field towards Matthew Mullen. Ball is helped on there, and Athboy on the attack, but Robert McNally in this, or Gary McNally in this side of the field makes a good save. Can't get the puck in, but he drops it and pulls in it out towards this side of the field. Kept in play there by the Athboy corner forward, and now Barry Higgins. Higgins shoots straight across the face of the goals and goes wide. So about 14 minutes gone in this first half, and the sides are level. Athboy are 1 point. Boardsmill Kildalkey 1 point. So we have saves from both goalkeepers now at this stage. So both goalkeepers playing well as Gary McNally gets ready to poke this out. Pokes it high into the middle of the field against the breeze. As the ball breaks down there to Mark Flood. Mark playing out around the half forward line. Pokes it into the corner. But out over the end line, or sideline. And a sideline ball to Athboy. So Floods of Athboy, Seamus Flood, the sponsor of this Athboy team. Good cut there up towards number 11. David Garrity who pulls in it, but Tommy Riley is in there. Fergus McMahon is in there. Still Thomas Riley blocking it down well as Boardsmill Kildalkey cleared their lines down towards Mark Flood. Ball breaks away. There's McMahon using his body strength there, but he's fouled by Alan Masterson, and a free in to Boardsmill Kildalkey. So from just inside their own side of the field, their own half of the field, Tommy Riley taking instructions, gets ready to take this free himself. So Thomas just waiting on the whistle. Pokes it out towards Fergus McMahon. McMahon jumps high as first, but away come Athboy. Ball won't come up. Number 8 there, Matthew Mullen getting away with it, or does he? He does. He gets away with dropping the stick and hand passing it. Jamie Shaw was who got away with it, but Athboy are still on the attack. Paddy Guy now, Paddy. Oh, well played by Paddy Guy, puts the ball on stick and away goes Paddy. Still Paddy Guy, being chased by the Athboy full forward. Paddy Guy gets a great clearance. Oh, great ball up there towards Eric Cribben. Eric shoots, but the ball goes to the right and goes wide. So Paddy Guy doing it all right there. takes the ball, goes off on a solo run and finds Eric Cribben with a perfect pass. And Cribben, well, he seemed to have the time to stick it over the bar, but with these conditions, well, it's not easy. And Eric puts it wide, so Vinnie Doyle pucks it out. And now number 7, Gary Mangan, hand passes it on up towards number 11, David Geraghty. Geraghty shoots in towards the full forward, but the ball goes out over the end line and out for a 65. So the first 65 of the game goes to Athboy. So Boardsmill Kildalkey with a little bit of defending to do. They'll be looking to get a score on the scoreboard. Sides are level. So now number 7 for Athboy, Gary Mangan, going to take this 65. So as you can see from the flag in the background, the strength of that breeze. So Gary just steadies himself, the jab lift, and he strikes and puts it over the bar. So Athboy go in front. Gary Mangan, the second score of the day for Athboy. Jamie Shaw with the first point and Gary Mangan with the second from a 65. So Athboy 1 point up. It's Boardsmill Kildalkey. Gary McNally gets ready to puck it out. So they're trailing by a point, but doing very well against the breeze as Thomas Riley, ball comes out of his hand and away comes Damien Riley using his shoulder. Pucks it on then up towards Eric Cribben. Eric, the Boardsmill Kildalkey scorer, giving it in now towards number 13, Mark Flood. Mark Flood shoots high in towards Robert McNally. Robert McNally just trying to get head up. The left-handed hurler puts it straight across the face of the goal. But away comes Anthony Sheridan. Sheridan hand passes out this side of the field towards number 10, Breffney White, the captain. The ball breaks away from him and now Eric Cribben again. Eric turns and shoots. Pulled on there by Robert McNally, but away come Athboy. As Damien Riley looks for the score. Ball hits the upright, the ball breaks down and still Mark Flood is in there. So Athboy living on the edge of their seats. The supporters as Athboy still under pressure. Boardsmill Kildalkey still on the attack. But Robert McNally putting pressure on there in the full back as number 10 Derek Larkin puts it straight back across the face of the goal and Robert McNally pulls in it, but the goalkeeper Darren Heaney is playing a super game for Athboy. Comes out, calms everything down, gets the ball up, pucks it out up towards Gary Mangan, who gives it in to number 9 Matthew Mullen. Matthew Mullen putting it long in towards the full forward and away come now Athboy. Trevor Wallace using one hand trying to beat it in, but Paul O'Brien stands his ground, picks it up and lets it long up towards number 13 Mark Flood. Hughie Riley playing well in the middle of the field, gives it in now towards number 8 Damien Riley, his midfield partner, who pokes it long looking for the full forward Robert McNally, but number 4 Paul Daly is out there tackling well with number 10 Derek Larkin. Derek Larkin is fouled and a free into Boardsmill Kildalkey on the 21-yard line as Fergus McMahon makes his way in to take this. Fergus, the jab lift, strikes it over the bar. So the first score today for Fergus McMahon. A lot expected of Fergus, a very experienced hurler at such a young age. He's won a lot in his early stages of his career. So the sides are all level, 2 points each as Hughie Riley playing out in the middle of the field. Paul O'Brien playing well on the half-back line from the time the game started. Thomas Riley's playing well on the half-back line, but Athboy are still in the attack. Number 12 Leslie McCormick pucking it in low. Still Athboy on the attack. Their corner forward there, put it across towards Gary Mangan and Athboy are in and it's a goal! A goal for Athboy. Oh yes, the pressure was on. Athboy doing well, playing with the breeze. Not sure who the scorer was, but it's a goal. So Athboy 1 goal up. They needed that score after playing with such a strong breeze. The score now 1-2 to Kildalkey's 2 points, or to Boardsmill Kildalkey's 2 points. So Gary McNally pucks it out and the ball breaks out around the middle of the field. Referee awarding a free to Boardsmill Kildalkey. So Boardsmill Kildalkey now looking to cut back that goal or take a score back before half time, as Thomas Riley goes over to take this free. Thomas and his TJ, his father, just beside him. Of course, TJ, the chairman of the minor hurling board. Thomas poking it long in towards Derek Larkin, but the ball breaks out towards Eric Cribben. But Athboy clearing their lines. Hughie Riley is there. Hughie gets the ball into his hand passes into his midfield partner Damien Riley. Doesn't get it on the first attempt, gets it on the second, gives it back into Hughie Riley. But Athboy doing well, but Hughie Riley doing very well in there as he gets a good block in, and now Damien Riley shoots it left-handed, but the ball goes to the right and it goes wide. So Robert McNally, well, he's not too pleased with him there. He felt he should have got a pass. As Vinny Doyle gets ready to puck this out, he does that. But only as far as Fergus McMahon, he gets the ball up. Away goes Fergus McMahon, being marked there by Bethany White, number 10 in his back, the Athboy captain, but still McMahon is going through and he's tripped, but the referee says play on. So the Athboy players gather around McMahon trying to crowd him out, and the referee, well, he blows it up. And half time, the score 1 goal and 2 points to Boardsmill Kildalkey. 2 points, well, sorry, the other way around, as you can see from the scoreboard. Athboy 1 goal and 2 points. Boardsmill Kildalkey, what a long name, 2 points. So there you are, a picture of some of the crowd here today. You see the blue and white, of course with the cold breeze. Tongue is tired and cold. There we are, a picture of the huddle in the middle of the field. Stephen Skelly and James Carney and Hughie Riley, the boys in charge of this team, and TJ Riley's in there. There's Padder Lahan. No need for an introduction as Padder. He's been there all those years. He's seen the good times and the bad times at Boardsmill. He's looking to see another good day today. He's going over to lend his piece of advice. They'll be confident going into the second half, of course, after playing against such a strong breeze. There's TJ giving some advice to Paul O'Brien. You can see Brian Smith was in there as well as Padder takes his place in the dugout as we get ready to start this second half. So Boardsmill Kildalkey now with the breeze at their back, looking to get a couple of early scores to settle them down. So as we get ready to start this second half, Hughie Riley, Jamie Shaw, Matthew Mullen and Damien Riley, the 4 midfielders, and the second half is on. So Boardsmill on the attack from the start with Thomas Riley coming well into the Athboy forwards. Hand passes in towards Mark Flood. Mark Flood just drops it down. Number 7 is in there now, Gary Mangan. He was playing up in the half forward line the first half. He's back in the half back line now. His number 9 Matthew Mullen is in there, but Fergus McMahon gets the ball. He shoots, but he puts it wide. So there'd have been a good opportunity there for Athboy to get on the scoreboard just after the start of the second half, but the ball goes wide as Vinny Doyle gets ready to puck this out. The first time he gets the puck against the breeze, and the rain just pours down. So a ball not going as long as it did in the first half, as you could guess with the wind, as Boardsmill Kildalkey win a free, and Fergus McMahon now looking to cut the deficit to 2 points. So some interesting free taking here today. We can look at the style of Fergus McMahon, the jab lift as he shoots and puts it over the bar. So only 2 points between the sides now, and that's the second score for Fergus McMahon. So only 2 points between the sides, and just over a minute into this second half as Vinny Doyle gets ready to puck this ball out. So Vinny, well, he's expecting to be under pressure for this second half. He was under a lot of pressure in the first. He's going to be under more in the second. As Gary Mangan now pulls it out, but only as far as the Boardsmill wing half back Mervyn McMahon. As Jamie Shaw, number 8 now, putting it into the centre towards number 13 Trevor Wallace, who's playing out in the half back line. Now Gary Mangan, number 7. Fergus McMahon is back there helping out as Thomas Riley, the bicycle short, you can pick him out every time. Pucks it long, puts it to the right, and puts it wide. So the score, 1 goal and 2 points to Athboy. 3 points to Boardsmill Kildalkey. Vinny Doyle now in a rush to puck this ball out. Vinny Doyle just hops the ball on the stick. Pucking it long, Hughie Riley beats it down. Jamie Shaw is in there. Jamie, one-handed, gets it up. Been blocked down there by Eric Cribben. Now number 9, Matthew Mullen. Pucking it long, but only as far as Paddy Guy. Paddy, the full-back, being followed there by number 12, Leslie McCormick. Ball breaks in towards Robert McNally. Vinny Doyle is in there. Derek Larkin is in there. Robert McNally still in there. And the ball is pulling, lying around the square, and the referee comes in, blowing his whistle. It's a free out to Athboy. Just telling Robert he's pulling a little dangerously, but Robert, well, he was anxious to bury that ball in the net. And if he made contact with one of those swings, he would surely have done that. Now number 4, Paul Daly. Not getting a strike you'd like as the ball breaks out, and the referee blows for a free to Athboy. It's number 10, Breffney White, pucking a short one out the side of the field towards Jamie Shaw. Shaw gets it up, being tackled there by Hughie Riley. Hughie loses the stick. Jamie Shaw puts it up towards number 10, Breffney White, taking the return pass. And towards the full forward, and now number 5, Barry Higgins. Playing the corner, gets away from his man, takes a shot, shoots. Oh, Gary McNally holding that well. Comes out of the square and puts it out this side of the field, out over the sideline. A sideline ball to Athboy. So it can't be easy playing in goals in conditions like this. You can see the wetsuits that some of the selectors, and well, there's Anthony Riley. Looks a little bit wet. So playing in goals can't be easy today, but Gary McNally did well there. He held that ball well and cleared it out over this side of the field, well out of danger as the ball is cut in there by Athboy. Paul O'Brien helping it out. Paddy Guy finishing it as he clears it out this side of the far side of the field up towards Mark Flood. And now Fergus McMahon seems to have all the time in the world as Fergus as he shoots. Ball breaks down, and oh, well played there by Robert McNally, but the goalkeeper just watches it out over the end line and wide. So the ball cut in there well by Fergus McMahon, and Robert McNally, he just stood over it and pulled hard. The ball just goes wide. So Athboy are playing well against the breeze as well. Both teams are playing well, but Boardsmill Kildalkey, well, they're applying all the pressure as Damien Riley now gets a good long ball in again. As Fergus McMahon makes some room for himself and shoots again in towards Robert McNally, but Vinny Doyle doing well against Robert McNally. McNally pulls, his goalkeeper Darren Heaney makes a great save and out over this end line and a 65. So if Athboy win today, they can thank their goalkeeper Darren Heaney, who has had some blinding saves. As the crowd build up now for the senior hurling final, of course, after this one. Fergus McMahon. McMahon with the shot. Goes to the right and goes wide. So Boardsmill Kildalkey getting hard to cut down the score that Athboy have. As Vinny Doyle gets ready to puck it out, he does just that against the breeze again. Over towards number 11, David Geraghty, but Geraghty lets it through his hands as Thomas Riley comes away, number 6. Puts it in towards Mark Flood, number 13. Mark Flood shoots with a great save again by Heaney. Paul Daly is blocked down by Robert McNally. Jamie Shaw, number 8 on his back, gets another good clearance in. But away comes Fergus McMahon. Low ball again and goes over the bar. So there's only one between them. Fergus McMahon, his 3rd point of the game. And Boardsmill Kildalkey's 4. So there we can check the score. Athboy, 1 goal and 2 points. That's 5 points. Boardsmill Kildalkey, well, if he gets out of the way we can see it. Well, I can tell you it's 4 points, so 1 point between the sides. As Athboy coming the attack, but Paddy Guy getting out in front. Being chased now by Leslie McCormick, but Paddy Guy finding the time to get a good pass out towards Tommy Riley. Riley is fouled. A free into Boardsmill Kildalkey. So the chance for the equaliser on Fergus McMahon. I'm sure he'll be coming up to take this one. And he is just doing that. So as Boardsmill Kildalkey play with the breeze in the second half, and Fergus McMahon with the chance to put them level. And he does that. It's gone over the bar. So the sides are level for, well, third time in this game. They were level at 1 each, they were level at 2 each, and then Athboy got the goal. Now they're level again, 5 points to Boardsmill Kildalkey, 1 goal and 2 points to Athboy. As Thomas Riley, not finishing the attack yet, gets a good ball up towards Robert McNally, but the ball breaks down towards Mark Flood, who shoots, and another great save by Heaney. Heaney kicks it out. As Boardsmill Kildalkey still in the attack, Derek Larkin, it is their number 10, is fouled. So we have a sub on for Boardsmill Kildalkey, number 18, Patrick Fay. Not sure who he's on for, but I think it could be Mark Flood. Let you know as soon as we can, as Fergus McMahon comes over now to take this free to put Boardsmill Kildalkey ahead for the first time. So Fergus going for his 5th point. And he puts it over the bar. So Boardsmill Kildalkey are in the lead. Playing with the breeze, it's all going for them now. So Athboy will have to dig deep if they want to. Well, if they want to get a score up the other end of the field and maybe win this minor hurling championship final. So it's all going for Boardsmill Kildalkey as Vinnie Doyle pucks it out, but over and only as far as number 13. There's Mark Flood, he's still on. Eric Cribben is still on, Derek Larkin is still on. There's Eric Cribben, the scorer of the first score today. In towards Robert McNally, who shoots and puts it straight across the face of the goal and wide. So McNally, well, he had a chance there to put Boardsmill Kildalkey well in the driving seat. A good cut, but just didn't find the direction he wanted it to go, and that was to the back of the net. So Vinnie Doyle slipping as he pucks that one out, and number 13, Trevor Wallace, playing up around the half back line, marking Eric Cribben, who pucks it low in towards Patrick Fay. And now Fergus McMahon, still McMahon, dancing this way, dancing that way as he shoots for a score, and it goes straight across the face of the goal and goes wide. So one of the Athboy players receiving a little injury during that last piece of action. As Vinnie Doyle pucks this one out low, he's kind of rushing his puck outs now. Hughie Riley reading it well, gets it in as far as Eric Cribben. Robert McNally now, Robert shoots. And Robert, getting his just reward, puts it over the bar. So Robert McNally, who's been playing well at full forward, he's been used well as a good target man. As we can see some of the joyful scenes there from the Boardsmill Kildalkey supporters. So Robert McNally getting on the scoreboard as Boardsmill Kildalkey take control of this game. So Athboy defending hard. As Patrick Fay is in there now looking to get his name on the score sheet. There's number 13, Mark Flood. So Athboy defending with all their might, bursting out there. Good pass up there towards number 10, Leslie McCormick, or Breffney White, the captain. So the referee blows the whistle. Awards a free as Boardsmill now coming the attack. Ball in towards Damien Riley. Riley shoots. And Riley puts it wide. So far the score here today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for Fergus McMahon, but 7 for Boardsmill Kildalkey. 1 goal and 2 points for Athboy. 2 points between the sides as Hughie Riley now. Hughie been quiet for the past 10 minutes or so, but he's back in this game with bang as he puts this one left-handed across the face of the goal in towards Mark Flood. Flood pulls in it, and away comes Athboy now. Athboy defending well, puts a low ball up towards the far side field where Matthew Mullen is. Matthew Mullen trying to get on the scoreboard. He's fouled there by Paddy Guy. So Athboy now with a chance to get back into this game. A free about 55 metres out. So trim pitch in great condition today despite the weather conditions. Weather conditions are not the best as Gary Mangan comes over to take this free So Gary poking in against the breeze. The first attack from Athboy in the second half. Looks good, but turns off to the right and it goes wide. So hard luck there from Trevor Wallace, I think it was, or Trevor Matthews, as Athboy make a substitution. Number 16, Niall Cummins, coming on. I'm not sure who's gone off. Maybe they're not bringing anyone off. Niall Cummins is on anyway. So unlucky there, Trevor Matthews, it was, number 15. He doubled on that ball as was coming into him, but well, he couldn't direct it and target, and he just got out over the end line and it goes wide. So the score still remains Boardsmill, Kildalkey 7 points. Athboy 1 goal and 2, and Athboy defending now with Breffney White, their captain. He's played all of this game in the half back line despite wearing number 10 as back, getting the ball up the field now. As far as Leslie McCormick, but the ball is taken away from him, and away come Paul O'Brien for Boardsmill Kildalkey. Paul O'Brien with his right knee bandaged. This guy with his left knee bandaged, number 13, Trevor Wallace. He's playing also on the half back line with number 13 on his back. And away comes now Jamie Shaw, the one man that boy need to play on form. And away goes Jamie. Jamie shoots. Ball goes to the right and it goes wide. So a great chance there for a score as the referee, well, he calls back play and he's given a free to Athboy. So Jamie Shaw taking on the Boardsmill defence on his own. He bursts his way through there, but he just misses the goal, but doesn't miss the point, and he puts it over the bar. So the sides, 1 point between them now. 7 points to 6, 7 points to Boardsmill Kildalkey. 1 goal and 3, that's 6 to Athboy. So only 1 point between the sides. Gary McNally gets ready to poke this out with the breeze, stealing a couple of yards from the square. Up around the middle of the field, ball breaks down towards Fergus McMahon. Mark Flood doubles on it, puts it into the corner where Patrick Fay is. Fay cuts it in along the ground up as far as Robert McNally, but Vinnie Doyle isn't there. Doyle is robbed. Niall Cummins put across the face of the goal, but Darren Heaney lets it go out towards the end line as Niall Cummins now the substitute. So number 10 there, Derek Larkin, trying to cut the ball across the face of the goal, but the ball is cleared by the Athboy full back line. And Mervyn McMahon. McMahon receiving a little shoulder but stays in play. No, the referee calls it back. It's put out over the sideline ball to Boardsmill. Some of the Red Cross members there, been vital to the Meath Hurling board for the past couple of years, coming to all our games. Teddy Riley, the man in charge of the Red Cross, as Athboy clear their lines now. Ball. Oh, Jamie Shaw and Matthew Mullen colliding there, but the referee, well, he spotted a free somewhere. I think it was Hughie Riley that fouled Jamie Shaw, and a free into Athboy. So Gary Mangan coming over now to take this one. So we had a jab lift from Fergus McMahon. Gary Mangan, well, let me see what he does. He also does the jab lift and he puts it high, but goes to the right and goes wide. So the wind was really carrying that one. It was going for goals all the time and just turned off at the end and out over the end line and wide. So Gary Mangan with the chance to put the sides level, but still only 1 point between the sides. So Gary McNally now. Gary, all in white, poking it long up towards Hughie Riley. Hughie Riley tries to help it on, but Gary Mangan, back after taking that free defending, now gives it out to his captain, Breffney White. White putting it up along the end line, the sideline. But beaten down on as far as Thomas Riley. Barry Higgins is in there, tried to block him down, but Riley gets the clearance. And Gary Mangan, once again, Gary playing well for that boy. One of the few stars, hand passes out towards number 10, Breffney White. Ball goes out over the sideline. Blocked down there by Fergus McMahon, and a sideline ball to Athboy. So, Athboy, Gary Mangan there. As I've said, one of the few stars for Athboy. Their goalkeeper is another, Darren Heaney. Jamie Shaw is playing well also. As Gary Mangan pokes this one out, it's blocked out there by Hughie Riley. Damien Riley's in there. Damien is fouled, and a free in to Boardsmill Kildalkey. So, as I've said, Vinny Doyle is another good player there for Athboy today. Whereas on the Boardsmill Kildalkey team, well, we have stars all over the field. It's Thomas Riley now, getting ready to take this free. His is the roll lift, striking it long and high in towards the square. Up goes Robert McNally, but in there now is number 11, Fergus McMahon. The ball is double on there by Eric Cribben. Now Niall Cummins is in there. Ball goes out to the right and it goes wide. So Boardsmill are applying the pressure, but they're not getting the scores that their play deserves. Darren Heaney looks confident in there in the goals. He's keeping anything that's thrown at him out. There's a change of puck-outs there. Number 4, Paul Daly. Doesn't get it much longer. Number 12 there, Eric Cribben. Blocks the Athboy players, but they still manage to get it out. Thomas Riley's in there, chopped down there by number 5, Barry Higgins, and a free out to Boardsmill Kildalkey. So Barry says something to the ref that he shouldn't have said, and the ball has been moved on 10 yards. So Thomas Riley now, he might manage a score from this distance. So Tommy Riley. Oh, and he puts it over the bar. So great score there from Thomas Riley. So Barry Higgins arguing with the referee over that decision, and the referee brings it on to 13 metres. And Thomas Riley, well, there's Stephen Skelly. He'll be happy with what he sees out there today. But as I've said, Thomas Riley, he knocks it over the bar. So 2 points between the sides. And now Jamie Shaw. Jamie puts the ball on the stick, shortens the grip on the stick. Away goes Jamie. Oh, I'm wrong. It's Barry Higgins. Playing well as Barry. It's Hughie Riley clearing his lines now for Boardsmill Kildalkey. Great play there from the captain as he pucks it long in towards Robert McNally. But then there's number 12, Patrick Fay, and a great save there by Darren Heaney. Ball goes off the goalkeeper and out over the end line for 65. So Patrick Fay, the substitute, almost getting on the score sheet there with a goal. But the goalkeeper there, Darren Heaney, was playing well for Athboy, keeping the score down. So the ball goes out for 65 as Thomas Riley prepares to take the 65, looking for his second point. And he puts it over the bar. So Riley, he'll be pleased with his contribution today. So the Boardsmill Kildalkey players are seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Checking their watches, just saying everything is okay, calm things down. As that boy poked this ball out over towards number 9, Matthew Mullen. Mullen gets the ball into his hand. Away goes Mullen, being tackled there by number 5, Mervyn McMahon. But still, Matthew Mullen running into a stone wall there, and Thomas Riley, but unfairly, says the referee, as the referee awards a free for Athboy as Gary Mangan races up to take this. So Gary Mangan now looking for someone to run for a pass. Just pokes it straight down the middle. As away comes Paul O'Brien. Paul O'Brien has played very well in the half-back line for Boardsmill Kildalkey. It's number 20 there, Anthony Sheridan. Gets a cut in there, but now away comes Boardsmill Kildalkey again. Good play there by the full-back Vinny Doyle. Now Fergus McMahon. McMahon shoots high, and it goes over the bar. So the goalkeeper, all he could do was watch that one as it sailed over the bar. So the score now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for Fergus McMahon. 10 points to Boardsmill Kildalkey. 1 goal and 3 points. That's 6 points to Athboy. And away come Boardsmill Kildalkey again. And McMahon runs into the full-back. He gets a kick on there. Great save by the goalkeeper. Oh, brilliant play there by the goalkeeper, McMahon. Well, clear sighted goal, and he gets a great kick, but a fabulous save there from Darren Heaney, and then he clears his lines as the full forward line from Boardsmill Kildalkey race in, but still Athboy. Now Matthew Mullen gets a good ball out towards, well, this time it's Jamie Shaw. Still Jamie Shaw, bringing deep into the Boardsmill Kildalkey territory, but number 4 there, Bernard McLaughlin, stopping him on his tracks. And he gets a good clearance. And now Mervyn McMahon, the Kildalkey man, gets a good clearance out, but only as far as number 10, Breffney White. Ball and stick, hand passes on now. Only Hughie Riley reads that well and cuts it out as he pokes it up along the ground towards Damien Riley. Damien is in there now with number 10, Breffney White. White trying to get it, but it won't come up. He uses his boot, he kicks it out. So the game has really come alive. Athboy sensing that the game is getting away from them and have to put it into well. They have to pick it up a gear as number 7 there, Gary Mangan, failing to clear his lines, and number 10, Breffney White, he comes back to help out, but only as far now as Thomas Riley. Riley gets it up, runs into the challenger, number 15, Trevor Matthews. As Trevor Matthews fouls Thomas Riley, as Thomas Riley's dad, TJ, there in the background, tells Tommy to take his time, there's no rush. So Thomas Riley taking his advice. Pucks a long ball deep into the Athboy full back line as the ball breaks down now. As McMahon races out, tries to get it, but won't come up from the first time. Won't come up from the second time. He gets it up a third time. Well played by McMahon. McMahon shoots. Ball is beaten wide there. I think it was Patrick Fay. Ball was going wide. Fay coming in there, tried to beat it into the net, but well, he doesn't find the target. So there's the score. 1 goal and 3 points to Athboy, 10 points to the lads in blue. So now Mervyn McMahon pushing forward, looking for a score. Here comes Gary Mangan. Gary Mangan helping to clear his line, but Hughie Riley played well in the middle of the field. He hasn't left the middle of the field. He's cut out anything that's come at him as Derek Larkin sets Boardsmill on the attack again. Number 13 there, Trevor Wallace, playing on the full back line now, clearing his lines. But Paul O'Brien for the first time loses his footing. Being chased after there now as Thomas Riley comes out for the ball. He gets it up, being chased now by David Garrity. But Riley getting the clearance in up towards the far corner of the field, but cleared well there by the cornerback Anthony Sheridan. As the ball goes out over the sideline, a sideline ball to Boardsmill Kildalkey. Anthony Riley just giving them a little round of applause there as to say, well done lads. So Tommy Riley now with the sideline puck. Sets Boardsmill Kildalkey in the attack, and a great play there by the fullback Vinny Doyle. Vinny Doyle keeping his eye on that ball as he catches it. Hurley sticks flying in all directions around his ear. Still Vinny Doyle gives it out towards number 13, Trevor Wallace. Wallace half blocked down, and now Anthony Sheridan uses his boot, he kicks it out. Hughie Riley tries to beat it down, but the ball breaks away from him. And now Tommy Riley sells the dummy as he steps inside 2 Athboy players, gets the ball in towards the full forward. As Paul Daly clearing out this side of the field. And what a great day this is for Boardsmill Kildalkey. They're sensing victory. Eric Cribben knocked away from him by David Garrity. Great play there. Athboy really come into the game in the last few minutes as Matthew Mullen pucks it in towards number 12, Leslie McCormick. McCormick trying to get it in, being chased by Paddy Guy. He does soccer style, gets it in and he shoots. But he puts it to the left and puts it wide. So Athboy have had their chances, but they've been under pressure when they got their chances and were unable to take them, as Boardsmill bringing in another sub, John Fitzgerald, coming into the full forward line. So a great day for Boardsmill Kildalkey, and a great day for the 3 men in charge, Stephen Skelly, James Carney and Hughie Riley, of course. The 3 men who have taken over this, of course, Stephen Skelly from Kildalkey, James Carney and Hughie Riley from the Boardsmill Club, as the man with the bandage, Paul O'Brien it was. Still, Fergus McMahon looks for a score. And the other man with the bandage on his knee, Trevor Wallace, pucks it long. There's number 9, Matthew Mullen, running into the challenge there from Paul O'Brien. Matthew is still down, injured. The referee says play on, and still Kildalkey, Boardsmill defending with all their might. Challenge there from number 13, Mark Flood, But Boardsmill Kildalkey on the attack now. Bugging it long in towards Robert McNally, the full forward. Vinny Doyle again with no stick. And he trips the Boardsmill Kildalkey full the forward going in. Not sure what the referee is given there, but we have Hughie Riley down injured. Hughie is in no hurry to get up. More time he stays on the ground, the more time wasted as Fergus McMahon now. McMahon, he surely has wrapped it up. There's another score for McMahon. So time ticking away. Boardsmill Kildalkey 11 points. And 5 points up as Athboy under all pressure, all sorts of pressure now. As number 5 Marvin McMahon is in there. Oh, Matthew Mullen receiving the end of a hurley stick there from Mervyn, totally accidental. As Mervyn is the first there to look for attention for him. So it's unfortunate to see this at the end of the final, because Matthew Mullen has played very well in this game, as Fergus Smith there, the referee, calls for some attention. So as I've said, Matthew Mullen, one of the stars for Athboy here today. He's played very well in the middle of the field. So to also Fergus McMahon. Thomas Riley has had a great game at centre half back. And Paddy Guy, well, he hadn't had a lot to do in the second half because of the men in front of him. But what he has done, he's done all that was asked of him. As what can be said for all of the Boardsmill Kildalkey team. They've all played well here today. There's Eddie O'Brien in there. So not looking good for Matthew. So as the Red Cross, as we spoke about not too long ago, are in there looking after Matthew. Stephen Skelly is, well, he's trying to organise his players to, well, to keep concentrating and keep their mind on the job, and to tell them that, well, time is nearly up. They're 5 points up. Surely they can't throw it away now, but well, in hurling, anything is possible. So Matthew receiving on-field treatment. So number 8, Jamie Shaw is in there as the referee calls him out. He's going to throw the ball in. He's clearing everybody away of 10 metres. Ball is knocked away. Jamie Shaw. On as far as Thomas Riley. Tommy pulls in up as far as Hughie Riley. Riley looks and shoots. And Riley puts it wide. So referee checks his watch. The minutes tick away. Time just up. Is this the 1996 Minor Hurling Championship victory for Boardsmill Kildalkey? But the game still goes on. Number 17, John Fitzgerald, is in there. As Boardsmill Kildalkey crowd around the ball, and now number 12, Eric Cribb, and the score of the first score today in the 1996 senior final, minor final. Good play there by the fullback, Robert McNally. Well, he's been close on numerous occasions, but just failing to get on the end of the score sheet for a goal. He scored a point, of course. Number 7 there, Gary Mangan. The ball goes long and goes wide. So Athboy looking for a quick puck out. And there's the final whistle. It's all over. The 1996 minor champions, Boardsmill Kildalkey, defeating Athboy on a scoreline today of Boardsmill Kildalkey 11 points. Athboy 1 goal and 3, and we have had some good displays here from certain players. I suppose we've mentioned a few already. We've mentioned Paddy Guy, Thomas Farley. We have to mention Damien Riley and Hughie Riley as they, well, to do a kind of a Jurgen Klinsmann. On the ground, we've had Fergus McMahon, who's played well. We've had Robert McNally, who was an excellent target man. There's TJ, very pleased man is TJ, the minor hurling board chairman. Some of the Athboy players congratulating the Boardsmill boys. And then, of course, we had, well, Mark Flood and John Flood, Eric Cribben, Derek Larkin, Mervyn McMahon, Paul O'Brien, Daniel O'Brien, Bernard McLaughlin and Gary McNally. They've all played super game here today. And of course on the other side we had Darren Heaney. Well, he was probably my man of the match day. He kept that boy in the game right to the very end. We had Vinnie Doyle, Alan Masterson, the two midfielders, Jamie Shaw and Matthew Mullen, who received an unfortunate injury. Breffney White played well. So some of the Boardsmill Kildalkey supporters coming in to congratulate their boys. So as we get ready for the presentation, Johnny Riley from the Dunboyne Club, the secretary of the Minor Hurling Board, there he is, Johnny. He's going to be presenting today's cup. So Hughie Riley goes up to receive the cup. Hughie takes the cup up and rises it high as the Boardsmill Kildalkey, well, are crowned champions for 1996. The smile on his face says it all. There's one proud man. So there's the cup as it's risen high. We're going to leave you now at St. Lomond's Park on those wet, blustery Sunday afternoon on the scoreline of Boardsmill Kildalkey 11 points, Athboy 1 goal and 3 points, champions for 1996.